Or you're turning yourself up.
Okay, I turned myself up. Okay. And then I turned you down just a little bit, and then maybe it won't pick up manhandling as much.
And now we record.
Now we record.
I'm Erin.
I'm Jade.
This is the first time we're doing the opener on the right time. This is unapologetically me.
Good try. Good try.
I'm so
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Unapologetic introverts. Yeah.
Oh.
It's Thursday. My life has changed to shift Wednesday through Friday, and I am fucking tired. But I am Erin, and that's
I feel
Jade.
so loud right now. Holy.
I feel a little bit loud too, and I apologize, but you aren't actually loud to me, but I feel loud to me. So maybe my headphones got turned up. Sound wise.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Be loud. Be happy.
Whew.
It's Thursday for us.
It's Thursday. This microphone's really cold.
So is mine. I'm trying to ignore that because you were like, don't manhandle it. So I'm like, hold on. Don't move. Just lean into it if you need to.
Don't move.
That's probably why they have stands.
Yeah. So that you don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bump your nose into it.
It's more so the wrestling when we're moving.
Fair. I mean, last time it was probably because I got up and had to open the door for the cat. And then close the door for the cat.
We're also just perpetually tangled. So
it's good. It's all right.
We'll have a setup one day. We'll have mic stands one day. We will have video one day.
I realize that you say it's fine because of me.
I don't notice you saying it though.
I say it so often. I probably I don't know. What do you call that?
I don't know.
Stockholm syndromed it into your brain. It's fine.
What? No, it's not. It's fine. I say that's fair.
That's fair. I say it's fine. It's fine.
That's fair.
Mostly I just say it is what it is until I die.
It is what it is.
Just get that tattooed on me. I know it.
On your forehead?
Oh, yeah, on the forehead. Pretty accurate. Parents would hate it.
Mine would probably hate it too.
No face tattoos for me. I feel like that would be just a level of pain that I'm not okay with.
Yeah, no.
No. I'm going to try an ear tattoo. That can't be too bad. It's cartilage, so.
Yeah.
Not a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Well, my hair is always down anyway,
yeah,
so it's like, what's the point?
And then also, when it's healing, your hair's always dirty and
itchy.
Ugh.
So itchy. This is why I don't get my ears pierced either, because there's almost no point for me. None whatsoever. Hair's always down.
My hair is always down.
No, it's not.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
No. I'd say you're 70-30. Hair up, hair down.
Okay.
Well, when I see you anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is I wanted to stay a couple more minutes in bed. It's going in a wet bun all day.
Fair. Fair. That's fair.
Fuck.
Hey, I said it, not you. This is episode 53.
This is crazy.
Which is our first one after a whole year of podcasting.
Well, technically.
Sort of. Okay, we're not good at math. We got over that on what, episode 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Remember the fuck math? Yeah. That was a long time ago. 50 episodes, full episodes.
Oh,
that
God.
little mice type at the bottom. We get it. It's 53 episodes, but not episodes.
It's different, guys.
So we always start these things off with book updates.
Yeah, all I have is that I finished Leather and Lark on I think the day we recorded.
Of course. Of course you did.
I haven't picked up a book since.
Who are you?
I don't know. I need to.
Oh, I know who you are. You're mad at Barnes and Noble.
I am. It's okay. I'll explain that in 2 seconds.
Rage quit.
So I need to start the last one of the series, and then that series will be done. Yeah. So I mentioned that I mentioned that I ordered the Crescent City, fun, pretty paperbacks.
You were like, I gotta wait for these to ship,
and I was like, cool, whatever, it's fine. I'll pay the money. I'll pay the tariffs. I don't care. I want them. They're pretty. It's whatever.
Yep.
And I got an email. Was it this week? Yeah.
That was yesterday.
Was
which was a week ago for most people.
Yeah. Got an email that the second one was canceled because it wasn't going to ship outside of the US. And I was like, well, that's wrong because it literally tells me I can ship to Canada. So I was like, okay, I go in and the other ones are still set to come.
Mm-hmm.
Like ship, the first one will ship on July 10th. The other one will release on July 10th and they'll, whatever. I go, okay, whatever. I'll just cancel everything. I'll reorder everything. It lets me input my address, do everything. What do I get? 4 hours later, second book is out of stock. I know it's out of stock. The first one's out of stock too. Still nothing. It's only the second one. So I'm just going to keep trying because it's not charging me until they ship.
Yeah.
And if I have to keep canceling and reordering, I will do that. I will get these fucking books.
You're going to get the books. You get them.
If I have to like put a reminder in my calendar to go on July 10th at 12 a.m. and order them, I will.
Oh, wait, is it 12 a.m. Eastern time, though?
Probably.
Or is it?
I would assume it would be like New York time.
Okay, so Eastern.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
So fuck Barnes & Noble for being stupid right now. I know it's out of stock. It literally tells me it's out of stock, but I can still add it to my cart because it says it's going to ship in the fucking June. Like,
Rude. So rude.
I just want books, man.
E-commerce. Just rude. Rude.
Like, sorry, it's out of stock. I'm aware, but so was the first one. Why isn't it canceled? Angry.
So mad.
Angry. Okay. Have you seen the stupidness?
I've been actively not participating in the stupidness.
How do you mess up this badly? How do you add a random number to a top secret presidential chat about bombing another country?
My question is, why is there a top secret presidential chat? Use a Discord server like the rest of humanity.
Like, oh my God, you invite a random person and it just happens to be someone who's a journalist for the fucking Atlantic, which I assume is like a big publication. I have no idea.
How does that happen?
Apparently,
The Atlantic is a big publication, by the way.
Apparently, one of the other people in the chat knows this Jeffrey guy and he had his number. So somehow I'm like, whatever. This is fucking weird.
What if they're just like T9 texting each other because they're that old and terrible?
Maybe. I don't know. So if you haven't seen the news, and this is old news when this comes out, but still, Jeffrey Goldberg, who is an American journalist for the Atlantic, was invited to top secret chat that discussed the USA's plans to bomb Yemen. He published an article on the Atlantic, which of course is behind a fucking paywall, on March 24th, and it kind of blew everyone's minds that this happened, and nobody really cared. Like nobody had trouble.
Nobody blinked on it because it was just like, yeah, this seems like another week in the news.
So I have just some
the
notes.
US doing some really random shit and trying to destroy the world. It's like Pinky and the Brain.
What?
Without Pinky, do you know Pinky and the Brain?
Oh.
Oh my God, my brain.
Maybe, but
like Pinky and the Brain, you know, like Pinky's the henchman and the Brain is the evil mouse and they're trying to take over the world. Pinky and the Brain.
All right, well, I'll have to Google it.
One.
Maybe. I don't know. So, I took like some little things about the article that I found from other news sources that weren't behind a paywall. And I did see that he released like the fucking text thread.
Why not?
And people took it from from the Atlantic so that everyone else could see it because
yeah, paywall's stupid.
Paywall.
I get it. I mean, yeah, pay for your media, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But we are broke and we need news about this
Yes.
craziness.
So the rest of the world found out that they were going to bomb, I don't even know how to pronounce it, somewhere in Yemen. Like, for bombing this place, targets across Yemen on March 15th, just before 2 p.m. He knew 2 hours before at like 11 when he was invited to a chat that is on some app called Signal, which is like known for being, you know, this is where you go to be fucking private. This is weird. It's like a satellite invite. It's weird.
What? So it's like a specific thing. So you can't just like.
No.
How do you mistype and come on?
I know.
Somebody's whistleblowing.
Maybe. So he was invited to the group chat, and then he thought it wasn't real because he's like, "There's no fucking way, right?"
Yeah.
And then, you know, bombs start dropping at the time that they literally say in the chat, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Jeez.
And this was on March 14th. So then, you know, 10 days later, he was like, "Hey, just so you know."
Can you imagine like that kind of surreal moment where you realize that like people are having a chat conversation about bombing somewhere? Like you're likely going to actually kill someone.
Giving you
and
time,
it's
place, like
just whip out your phone and, you know, have like a little meme sesh with the fucking golden toilet king.
the golden toilet. Yeah, it's just wild.
I don't even know what to think of that. That's
Trump's like, yeah, nobody's in trouble. Like, I don't blame anyone. Like, sir, I can't with the
nobody's
US right
in
now.
trouble. Oh, speaking of, we got to look at this follower I just got on Instagram.
Oh God,
Murica. In short, how do we block? Let's block.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So that was the news that I got to see for the past week. Well, 4 days, 5 days, 4 days.
Sick. It's been on my TV at home.
I haven't seen it on TV.
Actively ignoring it.
It's been all over my Twitter.
Well, I don't mean like real cable. I mean like YouTube on stream constantly.
Got it. Yeah. I can't with the US. Sorry to our US listeners that if you got to go through that. That sucks.
Wow, I'm dead on Instagram. I should just delete my account.
You're dead.
Dead on Instagram. Nobody cares. Make a post.
The algorithm
Nobody cares.
actually sucks so much.
Make one post after being dead for months. Nobody cares. Speaking of, the post that I made today was for our shirts.
Yeah.
So cute.
I gotta film a TikTok tomorrow or on Saturday.
It's fine. They're beautiful. They're so fun. I'm so glad I chose navy.
It works because that's one of our colors, basically. That's fun. Yeah, Mom wants to buy a shirt.
Yes.
She was like, "Do they have sizes? Is it unisex?" And I'm like, "Go away! I'm trying to watch a documentary."
I don't want your support, Mom.
I'm like, dude, just ask Erin. I don't know.
Yeah, she reminded me yet again today that she wants one.
Yeah, no, I saw that on Threads.
So good. We talked about this already. Let's not manhandle the microphones.
Sorry, friends who listening. To be fair, I did cut most of it out.
That's good.
So they won't.
So nobody will know.
They won't know.
Sorry. Chinese food burp.
But if in past episodes, I know there's portions where I can't because like we're both talking at the same time and it's just in the background. I'm like,
sorry.
Whoops, it's okay. We never told anyone that we were professionals at this.
I'm not a professional at anything. I couldn't take credit for any of it. I just figure it out as I go.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll try and stop. I'm trying not to move at all, and it kind of hurts with the sprained wrist. So
hold it with the other hand.
Okay, but I don't want to make noises.
It's okay. You're fine. Oh my God.
Silence.
Perfect.
That was very smooth. No one will ever tell,
No.
except for the cracking of all of my limbs in the background.
It's okay.
What's this note, you ask?
I would like to go see Breaking Benjamin if they come back, please.
Yes, please. Sign me up.
Please.
However, the tickets are like stupidly expensive. Sign me down because your girl is poor.
Because they're
excessively poor. We've been making some really bad life decisions.
okay.
YOLO.
Serotonin.
Serotonin.
It's okay. The world's on fire.
The world is on fire.
I I blame this on the 3 Days Grace radio that I listened to for a whole week. Because, like, I had a couple of Breaking Benjamin songs, and it was mostly just old stuff. And then it just filtered everything. And I'm like, add.
So good when you can do that. It's just like, oh, I haven't heard this in a while. Or this is new to me. Yes. Put it on to the likes list. I don't even have playlists anymore. It's just like songs, all 1,000 of them.
I did make 2 playlists the other day. One is like, it says 2025, then it's got a pink flower and a music note, and then it's 2025, a guitar, like a rock guitar, an electric guitar, and a music note. So we've got like the Breaking Benjamin and the Sleep Token and all of that in there.
Good mix.
And then we've got like Pop Girlies in the other one.
Gotta differentiate.
Gotta switch through them, just so that my liked songs aren't overwhelmed with things.
Fair.
So I would like to go see them if they come, because I feel like they're releasing an album, are they not?
Well, I freaking hope so.
Because they just came out with their single.
Although I gotta tell you, I'm ruined from a lot of music this year.
Oh.
Nope, can't do it. Sorry, there's somebody who's being the star right now.
Yeah.
And we're all waiting. And speaking of, as soon as I open my phone, it's like, yeah, there's more news. And it's like, I can't do this.
What is?
I'm having a stroke.
No stroking, please.
We might have a stroke. Let's find out if Erin gets to keep her job.
Yeah.
Live on the chat, folks.
What?
I got a very Microsoft Edge. Don't even touch my phone. Updates. Let's see.
To what?
Are we getting cut?
Oh, for like school?
Yeah.
Ooh,
some really shitty things getting cut.
Oh no.
Not me.
Yay!
I feel bad for the esthetician spa management crew, though. Rip that program.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
That was definitely the wrong one. We are not celebrating. We are sad.
I was trying to clap for you.
It's okay.
Well, I forgot where Phenomena was.
But hey, if you want to become a paralegal, you now can't. So sorry.
Oh. They're cutting more programs?
Oh, yeah. Not getting enough funding from the government. Rip.
We don't need schooling. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Sad face for those people. Water systems managements. Yeah. Rip.
Oh my God.
Yep. Nothing important there. We don't need people to take care of our waterways.
Nope. They're not important.
Nope.
Just dump stuff in them. It's fine.
It's all good. So, good news so far. Still have jobs. Yay. That was fun.
I was so confused
about that. That would have been really disappointing.
I was like...
it turned out the other way.
I was like, what's happening with the print shop? What the fuck?
No, I can't get fired from there. I'm too good at my job.
I didn't even think about school.
Yeah. Well, I've been kind of expecting it to be... Nobody takes art seriously.
They don't. They really don't.
No, they don't care. We don't do important things.
It's not like art is fundamental for life.
Art and design. We don't nothing in your current vision space is designed or created by people.
No, not at all.
No. Don't think about it. You could go lay on your fucking rocks.
Lay on your rocks?
Yeah. That's my quote for today. Lay on your rocks, because the person who designed your couch doesn't exist anymore.
Lay on your rocks.
Lay on your rocks.
Lay on your rocks.
I'm angry about it.
Not kick rocks. Lay on your rocks.
Yeah, lay on a rock. You don't like the design of couches and beds?
Lay on a rock.
Lay on a rock.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's how angry I am.
We can't be angry because hopefully we get a new sleep token tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I don't know what the time is. Apparently it's in Morse code. And
oh, is that the Morse code?
Oh. It's like the beep, 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 beep. And then there was like files that somebody got downloaded with more Morse code. And then
the weatherman
who
always slips stuff into his thing and then slipped emergence into it is now like, prepare.
Oh, could you imagine getting that email /call?
No.
Oh my God. It's going to be some like RCA management
Yeah, I don't care.
person, but it's like, are you kidding me? I get to do this?
That'd be so funny.
The NDAs that you have to sign. You can't tell anyone until you're allowed to tell everyone.
Yeah. Oh, so
yeah, the weatherman telling us.
Well, I was scrolling through Twitter and it was like, I can't handle this. And it was like, I don't know, a picture, the word prepare, the date, and then it was like a black and white picture of the weather. And I was like, what is going on?
They're taking over the world. Our cult is doing it. Yes.
Yeah, but like to say, oh my God, the weatherman told us we're getting another single sounds psychotic.
I know, right? But it's so cool. Like, I don't know. In the history of all album releases that I know of, anyways, probably
it's
top
reminding
tier.
me of Halsey,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Halsey had as much reach as they currently do right now, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty, like, weatherman random. Like, the most obnoxious Morse code. We'll just randomly take over a Discord. Why not? Like,
I think it's this year or next year that Badlands turns 10.
so
and
sick.
There's been cryptic stuff on her website since the 5th year anniversary. And I have it. It's the one tab on my phone that stays
It
open.
never closes.
Ugh.
Always refreshing, never closing.
Yeah. But again, with like the pop-ups and the code and the yada, yada, yada.
I'm so stoked to go see Halsey. It'll be my first Halsey experience.
It'll be so fun.
It's going to be so good.
I'm so excited.
Space news.
Yeah. Not asteroid related.
No.
No. The Hubble and James Webb telescope saw the aurora on Neptune.
That's sick.
I was like, what?
Did they also, what was it? I missed, what's the other space news? Was there also,
There's more space news?
there was more space news this week.
The astronauts are back.
The astronauts are back. Yep.
We forgot to talk about that, but they're back.
Yeah. That's insane how long they were not supposed to be up there. And
My dad
then
was
they're
like,
back.
they don't look very well. I'm like, no, you're
No.
not supposed to be in space for that long.
No, that's a lot of radiation. The space radiation, so not good for you.
And my dad's like, can they sue? I'm like, I would.
Yeah, I'd be looking for some compensation. I'm sure they will get
I hope so.
paid pretty handsomely for that, because that's not good on your health. I know they train a lot for it, but no, it was something about
I don't remember seeing anything else. I know there was like the Northern Lights happened the other night in town.
seeing.
Again.
Oh, I'll have to look it up later, but it was something about seeing certain molecules or something on another planet.
I feel like I this is vaguely
Yeah.
back of my mind something.
Which was like the it was like okay, it's coming back to me slowly. It's like a distant planet. They can see like the frequency of the molecules or the atoms or whatever that make up human life kind of thing.
I did not see this.
So they were like thinking that maybe, I think I could be lying, I could be making this up. They're thinking that maybe there is life that far away.
100%.
But not, they don't know if obviously it's not human, because different planet, probably not English speaking. But, you know, our lives could be like a TV show where everybody speaks English, no matter where they are in the galaxy.
Oh, I was like, where is this going?
Every time I think about that, I'm like, you're not going to go to another planet and other creatures are just going to speak English. That's not a thing.
However, sorry.
And yawn break.
Maybe they're so adapted and so far beyond us puny humans that they can just detect our language and then they speak it so we don't feel stupid.
You know what? I have a cool thing for our podcast.
Okay.
A cool thing relating to that idea for this podcast.
I'm so lost.
It goes with the topic that we're talking about today.
Oh, okay.
And you started the Ruby Frankie documentary on Disney? What's that about?
Have you not heard about Ruby Frankie? I swear to God, we talked about it earlier.
Though,
Like,
you know, funny enough, I don't know if this is related or not, but I did accidentally write a serial killer's name in place of my customer's name today by totally accident. It's got the same first name, but the last name ended up, I wrote it down and it was a serial killer's name. Just had a 5-minute laugh.
Are we allowed to know what serial killer you wrote down?
I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
But it was just funny.
Oh,
I had to white it out though because I wrote it in pen.
Whoops.
Anyways,
Yeah.
talk. Ruby Frankie. What's this about?
Aaron, I feel like I'm gonna start talking and you're gonna remember. And if you don't know, who did I talk about this with?
Wait. Is this the one with the girl who had like this dwarfism?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so it was a family in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
They're Mormons.
Uh-huh.
They have 6 kids.
Whoa.
It's called 8 Passengers on YouTube. I never watched it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
One of my good friends growing up did. And she was always just like weird. And I don't know, all the clips that I've seen and all the clips in the documentary of like showing her videos, stuff's not cut out like it should be. And I legitimately feel like she uploaded it that way.
Ooh, weird.
So like it would like, if you're filming and then it's like a pause, okay, do it again.
Yeah.
All of that's kept in, or like, okay, we're cutting this, but it's not cut.
Ooh, weird.
And
kind of creepy.
I feel like that was in the legitimate videos, but I'm not sure. So whatever, they're kind of weird. And then one day her son, who they send to like wilderness therapy and
oh good, yes,
all of that stuff.
Therapy.
Yeah. He's like, they're talking about getting stuff back when the parents take it away. And she's like, have I ever given something back in less than 6 months? And he's like, no, I've been sleeping on a beanbag for 7 months because you took away my bedroom.
What?
And like, she's not phased. And someone in the background, I think the oldest sister, and shout out to the oldest sister because she, from what I'm gathering, saw red flags and was just completely shut down by both of her parents. And the oldest sister, I think, was like, yeah, you've been sleeping on a beanbag. And so then that comes out, and then they get all of this hate. Like, all of their followers are gone. They're losing all their income and whatever.
Oh.
And she switches to like, I don't even know how to not pronounce it, how to say what it would be. And I'm only on the 2nd episode. The daughter's going off to college. She gets recommended to this therapist for the boy who doesn't have a bedroom for 7 months. He's like doing therapy with this lady named Jody Hildebert, who's like proclaimed like whatever. And I think she really is just like does not like men.
Oh,
and like
good. Yeah.
God is everything.
Okay, not that though.
And all of that crap.
You get one slice of the pie, not the other.
And then, she forms this community called Connections. And then
Ruby, it's a cult.
Yeah. Ruby gets hired, and then they try and get her husband to join. And he's like, you have a cult of women who like hate men. And then he gets in on it. And
feminist, equal rights here.
He's in on it.
That's
and
dark.
All of these people that are in it, there's this guy that worked under Jody, and he's like, yeah, it started to become fishy, especially when she wasn't paying me.
Sir, time to...
It's like their neighbors are in the documentary. The girl who suggested the therapist is in there. I bet she feels horrible. The 2 oldest children are in there.
This goes down a rabbit hole.
I know. So essentially, it came out that she like really abused her children because one of them escaped and like was found on like a Ring doorbell.
Oh, this was the kid. I remember watching this video. Oh, yeah. So disturbing.
So I'm on the 2nd episode of that, and it's really good. But it was like they thought. It's
good in an ugly way of like, I hate the fact that it has to be a thing because it's like slightly glorifying their
but it's
awful
so
stories.
Interesting to be like
sociopath.
Like I'm at a part and like I don't think this is gonna spoil it because everybody knows what happened, but the therapist has moved in with the Frankies. Because
that's so great.
Because at her house there's hooded figures, and Satan is coming for her, but also because
it's just sleep token.
because COVID and the earthquakes is the second coming of Christ. And now the therapist is at their house and she's having these possession moments, and Ruby's filming it. So there's like filming her. She's like in the corner, like moaning, talking in a different voice. I'm like,
take away her license, please.
She doesn't have a license.
Oh no, phony therapist.
The oldest daughter learns this and tells them, and they don't care because they're like, she already told us this. She's like, if you're gonna Google me, like this is gonna come. They didn't care. I'm so like invested in this.
A whole family of sociopaths. Oh, those poor kids.
But yes, I started watching that before you came over.
Really? You just deep dove?
Well, there's nothing on YouTube anymore, and I was like, well, I saw that this was on here, so yeah, started. I don't know how many episodes there are.
I have so much stuff that I'm watching right now that I actually just restarted watching Lost as my comfort thing. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I hate Jack more and more and more.
I've never seen an episode of Lost in my life.
You should watch it. It's really good.
Is it good?
It is good. It actually ends okay, too. It's not the best ending. It's not the ending that it deserved, but they got booted off.
I feel like I remember seeing previews of it, and then I remember...
The mystery is there, This
is 40. The daughter, Sadie, is obsessed with watching Lost.
Really?
Yeah. In the movie, it's so funny. Because, like, she's watching it in the car, and they're like, you're obsessed. And then it ends, and she's, like, sobbing.
It is a sad ending. Mostly because it's not the one that we deserved, but it's the one that we got.
Isn't that the way life works?
Yep. YOLO, it is what it is.
Do we think that my day list is going to be any better than last Sunday?
I'm scared to look at mine. It's going to be so boring.
Where'd my day list go? Oh, there it is.
Okay. You listened to Emergence 1,000 times.
Oh, happy indie hipster Thursday night. Happy.
Oh, well, that's better than, what is it?
Sleepy weepy.
Sleepy weepy.
Sad girl.
Sad cry face.
Okay, you listen to club classics and recession pop on Thursdays at night. Try some hipster POV indie, happy indie, alternative indie, main character, and serotonin. We've got 21 Pilots, Neon Trees, Noah, Khan, The Struts, Borns, Coin, Hosier, Paramore, Halsey.
I'm kind of getting a sense that this might be indie music.
Maybe. I'm going to go into serotonin.
That's not really indie because those people are very universal now.
Fall Out Boy, Hayden Henderson, 5 Seconds Summer, Sabrina Carpenter, Coin, Lord, Chapel, Cone and Gray, Girl in Red. Okay, are we doing POV indie, happy indie, or alternative indie?
Let's go with alternative indie.
Okay.
Just to feed my alternative brain.
A band or a person called Somber without an E.
I like it.
Hoser, Halsey, Bleachers, Matt Mason. Oh, no, I like that song. Boy Genius, Girl in Red, Bishop Briggs, Hayden Henderson again, Chase Atlantic, Between Friends, another Somber. Hosier.
I love them all.
Sounds great. I'm just happy that it says it's happy.
Ooh, this one's fun.
No more sleepy weepy.
We're going sensual metal.
Oh.
Heavy Thursday night. I don't know what sensual metal is, but it is clickable, so we'll get into that in a moment. You listen to heavy and modern rock on Thursdays at night. Try some alternative metal, sensual metal, heavy rock out, not a phase, always, and modern rock. So this one highlights, Breakaway.
Okay.
It's not a bad song. Amira Elfkey, I think it is pronounced.
I have no idea.
Holy Water without an E. I guess bands are just like
dropping the E.
Screw those vowels. Not this Wheel of Fortune. Bad Omens era. Jutes, yay. The Dark.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
TSS.
Okay.
The Plot in You. Oh.
Toxic Shock Syndrome?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. That's probably what it is too, because it's metal, right? What is this? This is I clicked the wrong link.
Oh no!
Let's go to sensual metal.
If there's not Sleep Token in there,
it's the first freaking song.
What song is it though?
Aqua Regia.
It's so good.
Sucks to Suck.
Is that the band or the song?
That's the song. That's probably the song that I was listening to the other day, and I was like, Hey, this sounds like they're saying sucks to suck in this song.
Oh.
Alpha Wolf. Really into Alpha Wolf.
I've never heard of them.
The only reason I started listening to Alpha Wolf is because I saw an old picture of Vessel wearing an Alpha Wolf hoodie, and I was like, I need to know what you're influenced by. Started listening to that, and I'm like, oh no, I get it now. And then I listened to Loathe because they have the cover.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm getting all of where they were influenced by now.
I need to listen to a couple songs and just like.
And Loathe is pretty good. It's like, it's mellow, and then it has moments of screaminess, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like Alpha Wolf, which is just basically Blair in your ears screaming.
Oh, okay. I don't know
That's why I was like, Alpha Wolf. Probably influenced the song Vor 100%.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Breakaway, Jutes, Catch Your Breath. Mira Elfke.
Sounds like
she's good.
Good mix.
Yeah. Sleep Theory, always good.
Good.
And a crap ton of Sleep Token. Yeah, so, not much else going on there. Just metal.
The usual.
Metal.
The usual.
The usual. I'm so excited to see Jutes. You have no clue. No clue. I'm so glad you decided you would come with me for that.
Hell yeah. 2 concerts in a row and 1 the following week. Why not?
Also, I was like, I forgot that it was a holiday that day.
Yeah.
So I asked my coworker, I'm like, can you cover me on that Friday? He's like, we're not even working.
No.
And I went, oh, right. I forgot.
Which is great because we'll be tired when we get home so we can sleep in. And then we'll just go back.
We love it.
It'd be great.
It's going to be great.
You know what else is great?
What's great?
Learning about how shit works.
I am so excited. I have so many things to tell you about.
You picked 3.
I know. We weren't supposed to pick 3. Did you say
pick 2?
I never follow instructions. What?
It's okay. Aaron and I are gonna dive into some.
Did I even answer your questions? No.
It's okay. Some modern day and old inventions that we just don't fucking understand. And you're not allowed to judge us if we don't understand how they work.
I mean, you can judge me if you want.
I don't want to be judged.
I'm telling you, I don't care. As if you knew any of this.
No.
I mean, like the
people
listening. Out there. You didn't know any of this. You didn't know how any of this worked.
Yeah.
And if you did, then you probably were the master and creator of it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, I knew how my first one worked, but still, I still can't wrap my brain around it.
I vaguely knew how this worked because I've seen. Well, it's not how it's made, but it's the other Discovery one. The one with the scientists and they always test stuff. Mythbusters. Yeah, that one.
Love that one.
I've seen how it's made through them. Yeah.
Fair.
So, makes sense now.
You can go first since you have 3.
Okay. We'll start with the good old classic, a fax machine. Okay. How does it work? What is it? Do children even know what it is these days? No. Not a clue. They still exist.
They do for
all over the place.
Yeah, I used it at the car dealership. I used it at the bank, doctor's offices, dentists.
Yep.
It's the only secure way, people.
I have one at home.
I kind of want one. I would send you faxes all the time.
I know. We never did that when you were at the other place.
I meant to.
Rip.
I'm just gonna have to get a fax machine. It's okay.
It's fine. And a fax line. You can run it through the internet now, so it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So I've done this in two ways.
Okay.
I've done like a technical version, which is like the mumbo jumbo that goes over everyone's head, and then I have a way of explaining to a grade schooler.
Awesome.
Basically,
this is perfect.
Which one would you prefer first? Is the question.
Give me the mumbo jumbo first.
Okay, the mumbo jumbo. Okay, fax machines are made from a combination of electronics. Did you know? Including a scanner, a modem, and a printer. It's a combo machine.
It's a beast.
It's a beast. So a scanner reads the document line by line, converts it into electrical signals, and then these signals are sent through phone lines or to the internet, depending on how your fax machine is hooked up, to another fax machine where the printer then recreates the image. So, like, there's just so much going on there.
I should have just put fucking printers. Because now I'm
printers
like,
are like, how does a printer work? Now we have to answer that question on the next how it's made.
I know, there's so many.
Yeah, printers are wild. I know vaguely how it works because, I kind of work with them all day other than wanting to throw them very far.
Yes.
They're very heavy. So if you want that in grade school terms, a fax machine is like a photocopier that works over the phone. Instead of making a paper copy, it turns a picture into beeps and boops.
Fair.
Okay? Sends them over the phone, and then the machine on the other end reads and hears the beeps and boops and converts them into a printed copy. Beep boop.
Beep boop.
Beep boop. So historically, this is going to blow your mind. The earliest fax machine was invented in the 1840s.
Shut up.
It actually predates the phone.
Does it? It almost fucking predates the light bulb.
Yeah. Used metal cylinders and chemicals to send images over telegraph lines. Pretty insane, eh? In the 1960s and 70s, modern fax machines were built to send images over phone lines, using sound waves to represent the picture. Just crazy, eh? Beeps and boops.
I can't.
Making sound. I think it's almost more wild than vinyl to me, which I get to explain too. Now today, faxes are mostly digital, if not all of them are digital.
Yeah.
Instead of using phone lines, many faxes are sent through email.
Yeah.
Or online fax services. So we've actually converted a lot of shit. Machine just converts the document into a digital file and then sends it, and then the printer reads it out like you would when you send your file from your normal computer to your printer. So not as amazing.
The one I don't know about the bank, but probably the one at the dealership though was still like a phone number. Does that mean it's still a phone line? Or
I don't know. It just depends on what it's hooked up to. If it's hooked up to an actual phone line or if it's hooked up to like a internet phone line.
Oh, yeah,
because we have an internet phone line, but it still does the dialing thing when it calls out. So
okay,
kind of weird, kind of cool.
It's fun. It's fun to do.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It just is.
So this is my comparison. Old school faxes used phone calls to send a picture, kind of like if you hummed a song into the phone and your friend wrote it down. All the notes on the other end.
Okay.
Yes. Modern faxes don't need phones anymore. They're just fancy emails. Just really expensive email printers. Right? Yes. So, like I said, the fax machine is older than the telephone. Crazy. It was invented technically in 1843. The first fax machine, or first fax-like machine, is called the electric printing telegraph.
Okay.
And it came 30 years before Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone.
That's crazy.
Japan still uses fax machines daily in most offices, hospitals, government agencies.
Yeah.
And that's despite all of their technological advancements, considering like we have a lot of technological advancements, but Japan is pretty much on top of efficiency. Saw some really cool thing there. They have pods in the airport so you can pay per hour. It's like $5 per hour to take a nap in a little hotel. Just climb into the pod.
Yep, I've seen that.
And you can just sleep there. I was like, that's so smart. That's so smart. Because, like, when you're stuck in an airport for hours, that's all you want to do.
Just nap.
But you can't. There was once in 1981 where someone faxed a pizza order. It was the first ever faxed pizza order. And
you telling me the pizza place had a fax machine?
Yeah, apparently. It was revolutionary.
Oh my God.
Because imagine that was like the first like millennial person was just like, I don't want to call. I'm scared. So they're like, I'm just going to fax my pizza order.
Heck yeah.
It's like, we avoid that so much these days. Why not fax? This checks so bad, but the U.S. nuclear system uses faxes. Mm-hmm. The American military still uses 1970s era fax machines for all nuclear communications.
Why don't we update our fax machines?
They only do this because they're very hard to hack.
Oh, yeah, the older they are,
because they're very secure. But, it still checks.
Yeah.
A fax machine once saved a hostage's life.
Huh.
A businessman was kidnapped in Colombia in the 1990s. He sent a secret fax to his wife and disguised it as like a routine work order. Mm-hmm. And then this tipped her off to his location, and he was found because he sent a secret fax. I know, and maybe that's technology that makes a revolution and comes back, right?
Maybe.
Secret fax. So that was
the fax machine.
The fax machine. Beep boop.
Beep boop. I'm gonna tell you about the camera obscura.
Oh, I know all about camera obscura. I took a university course on it.
I took a high school class of photography. So for the people who are like, the what? I learned
Don't
about
manhandle
this in grade 9 or 10 when I took photography class. I know. And I've just had this in my head, and I just like it so much. I have yet to make it on a big scale, but I have made it out of a Pringles can. Before we had cameras with actual lenses, there was such thing as the camera obscura, which literally translates to dark chamber or dark room in Latin, and that's basically all it is.
Dark chamber with a light.
Yep, you take small darkened rooms, and they had light admitted through a little pinhole, and it produces an image on the opposite wall.
It's so cool.
I can't with the science. For a very long time, this technique was used so people could view the eclipse of the sun without, going blind. We've talked about this. Mm-hmm. Don't burn your retinas, people.
Put a cardboard box on your head and poke a hole in it.
Yeah. Fast forward to 16th century, it was being used to aid in drawings. Subject was outside of the room. Image was reflected onto paper, and the artist could retrace it. Eventually, portable versions were built, which turned into pocket versions, and they consisted of a small box, which had its interior painted black, and the image was reflected by an angled mirror, so it could be seen upright. And then from here, we got the introduction of light-sensitive plates by J.N. Piece, I don't really know. And from there we got photography, and maybe one day we can just do a photography
because there's a lot,
because that would be so fun. I'm gonna manhandle
so much.
I'm so sorry. So let me give you the fucking rundown. The earliest written account of the camera obscura dated back to 400 BC by a Chinese philosopher named Mo. It says Ormazi, but I'm pronouncing that wrong. But it wasn't until the 11th century that someone who was also known by the name of Alhazen, long names that I don't want to butcher, was credited for the invention when he used a viewing screen to view image through a pinhole. 4 centuries later, Leonardo da Vinci made the claim that the camera obscura is like a human eyeball. Remember, people, your eyeball flips what you see, and it's weird. Also something we can talk about. He published the first clear description of the camera in the Codex of Atlanticus in 1502. Then came along an Italian named, I really should have tried to pronounce these names, Giambattista della Porta.
Yep.
He took the camera to the next level, as no one else had made moves with the invention in a couple years. He added a concave lens to the pinhole entrance, and a couple years later, I'm going to say Johannes Kepler used the actual term of camera obscura for the first time in 1604, and he used the camera for astronomical applications.
Kepler.
Oh, fuck you, dummy. Oh my God.
Kepler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was going to say, you didn't recognize that, did you?
No.
Lenses and cameras in space?
What? And then invented a portable version which he carried around. So how does it work, you may ask?
Let me know.
Like
Tell me.
You know, it's like Da Vinci said, your eye. You have this dark room with a pinhole on the wall, and the opposite wall there's a screen or a piece of paper, or it's just painted white. Light travels through the tiny pinhole and gets projected onto the opposite wall and or screen. The image is not only reversed but inverted as well. I can't tell you how light works. So
I can't tell you how light
we're ignoring that.
emits waves and then refracts in a way that it bounces off and blah, blah, blah,
It just
blah.
does it. So you can Google that by yourself.
That's actually magic.
But you can make one out of a Pringles can, and it's really easy and it's kind of fun.
Science is magic.
And I had one of the questions was, do you use this item in your everyday life? You would use a fax machine.
Yeah. I did. I faxed the government because I was like, I'm not emailing you this. I'm going to fax it to you because you're being
Heck
annoying
yeah.
to me.
Heck yeah.
So enjoy my 10 pieces of paper that are faxed to you, getting lost in some arbitrary building somewhere. But hey, I sent it with the date on it and it comes out of the machine with that date on it. So now there's no
Cover
way.
your ass.
There's no way you can say that I did not send that file on time. I did. It took you 3 weeks to read it, but maybe, just maybe you shouldn't pick on me, okay? I don't make enough money to be picked on.
No.
So eat my fax. Freaking government.
Do I use a camera obscure every day? No. But I do use a phone which has a camera which technically eventually derived from it. So
Every day. Cameras every day.
but also there in the Victorian era, larger formats of the camera became popular along seaside towns like Edinburgh, Scotland. And in 1835, a lady named Maria Theresa Short set up an observatory for people to witness the phenomenon on Calton Hill. She ran demonstrations every day until 9 p.m. and then she was evicted in 1849.
Rude.
Although she said, fuck that. She set up another shop, in Cased Hill, I think is how you pronounce it. She purchased some property, added 2 additional floors, and opened Short's Observatory in 1853.
Good on her.
Which I think the name has changed, but you can still visit today. And I'm going to list off quickly some places across the world where there are larger camera obscures as well. There's a lot in the UK.
Sick, yeah.
I think this is pronounced Abersworth.
Yep. That sounds right.
Bristol.
Yep.
Kirriemuir.
Nope, no clue.
Dumfries. Hove.
that's probably-
Greenwich. Carrington. Kentwell. Douglas is, I don't know where the state or country was. IOM. I don't know what that one is.
I don't know.
San Francisco, Santa Monica, Greenport, Havana, Pretoria, which is in South Africa, Grahamstown, South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, Lisbon, Cadiz,
We're going all over the world. There's a lot.
Tudela.
Should have practiced some of these.
The last 2.
There's other ones.
I'm gonna skip the last 2, and so I'm not being rude.
That's okay. We understand.
But yes, I love the camera obscura. It's so fun. I don't understand how light works, but it works.
We're not telling you actually how it's made. We're just telling you everything is magic.
It is magic. Everything's magic. Fax machines are magic.
Fax machines are magic. Well, I actually did learn some things. I did the same thing you did, and I never really connected
Kepler.
how that old school tech would translate into future tech we use today, and it's all off of the same basics of light
and
refracting and all that.
You know,
business.
you get into the daguerreotypes and
It's so wild.
the fact that the first photograph, it was the exposure so long, a man's polishing shoes. It's just so fun.
Oh yeah, and like photographs used to be reserved for just dead people because If they had their eyes open, they were dead. If they had their eyes closed, they were alive because you couldn't keep your eyes open that long.
And it was like toxic to make the photo.
Of course, everything was toxic. Lead everywhere.
Yeah.
Paint those children's toys.
So fun. Speaking of photos, I did get film for Christmas.
Awesome.
I wanted to take pictures so bad.
Take pictures.
I don't know how to take pictures of.
Go out. Get inspired.
It is getting nicer out, so.
Yeah. Do it. I'll go with you if you want.
Okay.
If you need supports.
Yes.
Photographic supports. I have one of those old brownie cameras. Little box ones. The really old ones.
There's a screen on the top, kind of?
Yeah. It's not digital.
No. Yeah.
It's old. It's old.
I want to see it.
I'll bring it by sometime.
Oh, yay.
It's old and it's leathery because that's how they used to make them.
It's leathery.
Yeah. I can't remember where I got it. Got it years ago.
I love it.
But I don't own a Polaroid, so.
I want a Polaroid so badly.
They're so expensive.
They're so expensive, and they just came out with new ones.
The film is so expensive.
I don't want. Okay, I get it. The new one's probably like great quality and all that, but like I want like an old vintage Polaroid.
Yeah. Hard to find.
I know.
Yeah. eBay, I guess. Gross.
I don't want to pay that astronomical prices.
Speaking of astronomical prices, fiber optics. Yeah, this internet is expensive.
So expensive,
especially in Canada. But we get it. Infrastructure in one of the most harshest environments on the planet, if I say so myself, in my own opinion.
Southern Ontario.
The climate here is unbelievable.
It's stupid. I'll give you that. It's stupid.
It's Canadian spring right now, or at least Southern Ontario spring right now, and that checks, right?
Yeah.
Checks real hard. So fiber optics, have you ever thought about it? How does it work?
I don't know. It's a glass tube, and you said there's numbers that just ping everywhere.
This is, I don't know. We'll see if I was correct on that. I might have just lied to all 6 people who listen to us.
This was Mum's request, by the way.
Hopefully I clarify this for you. And I'll do it in 2 different ways because, again, I wrote the technical version and the grade school equivalent.
I'm going to need the grade school equivalent.
All right. So get on it. Fiber optic cables.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Made out of ultra thin strands of glass or plastic. If you remember those fiber optic lights that you used to get that were fuzzy strings.
Yes.
Very similar. That's the grade school talking.
Okay. Those were all so cool. Actually, a girl who does things with them keeps showing up on my TikTok.
Yeah, they're pretty sick. These ones are often less than the width of a human hair, so very, very thin.
Jeez.
Very thin. Pretty wild to think about it.
How do you manufacture that?
Basically, this is my guess, because I've seen people make plastic threads to make wigs.
Oh, okay.
So they basically dip, I've seen people do it by hand where they dip a glove into the plastic and then they pull and they pull and they pull and they pull and it just, it makes really fine plastic threads. And then you eventually get a whole wig of plastic hair. Crazy times. I'm sure there's a machine process that does that as well, but it's very satisfying to watch someone actually do it. Okay. So these strands are then heated and stretched in a special process, probably what I was describing. So they stay really strong and clear, which is important because it needs to feed light in it. So then after that, we get a protective coating, which is, you see fiber optic cable quite frequently now.
We do?
Yeah. In homes and stuff like that. Because they put fiber optic cable to your house to...
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay, sorry. I've seen it because the box is outside of my house, so...
They just left a big hole in my front lawn. Bob got really mad.
A protective coating is added to prevent damage because, it's pretty wild to think that it's just a bunch of plastic or glass.
Yeah.
Really thin plastic and glass. And then inside of each strand, the core carries light signals. Yes. While the outer layer keeps the light bouncing inside without escaping. So those lights are actually pulses that go super fast, and they bounce inside the glass tubes until they reach your internet router. The light is then turned into electrical signals in your computer that it understands, which is probably binary code. So if the light goes on, it's like a 1. If the light goes off, it's a 0. So you think about how many times that has to pulse to make up a whole freaking picture. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Absolutely insane. So let's go to the grade school equivalent. Imagine making super thin spaghetti out of glass instead of pasta. Then we cover the spaghetti in a special coat that helps the light bounce around inside of it. And like a flashlight beam is bouncing off of a mirror, these signals beam themselves into your computer and beep boop. Okay.
It magically works.
The glass noodles send internet data at lightning speeds.
The glass noodles.
So early fiber optics were developed for medical tools and military communication, which makes sense. In the 1960s, scientists figured out how to use them to send light signals long distances. So we get long distance fiber optics. Only more modern versions now are a lot faster because we've figured out better processes to make the fiber optic cables stronger and not refract as much light terribly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's the light come from? It's underground.
It's electric signals.
But where is that?
Just like your question, where does the light come from? I can't answer that. I'll keep going.
Sorry.
Now that I'm confused about where I was. Yeah, okay. So think of a super fast game of flashlight tag. Okay. The internet sends light signals through tiny glass straws. So my guess is your computer, you got to think how tiny these are. Okay. So the light signals are actually like electrically being inputted through capacitors in your computer. Okay. So it's getting a charge from just like how your computer works. It's like a switch. It goes on, off, and that's 0, 1. Everything in your computer is working off those zeros and ones. It's just dependent on how fast you can control the signal being turned on and off. So as we get better computers, it's because they're running those processes a lot faster and a lot faster and a lot faster. And that's due to capacitors and other things in technology, which is basically just converting electricity into that on-off switch. So
I'm too dumb for this world.
fiber optics, in a sense, is like every one of those tiny little strands is constantly being shot a light through of an on and off. So it's flashing so fast and it's so minimal that you don't notice. Like it's not something we would see because we don't see it coming through the side of the tube. It's just like when you look at your little fiber optic light, you only see it coming out the end of the tube because it's traveling. So that being said, the fiber optics can bend around corners, which is kind of cool because unlike, light in the open air that we have.
In the open air.
Yeah, in open air. Open air, as in like
such a funny sentence.
Down lighting, as in the sun. Light inside fiber optics can actually bend with the curve of the tube without losing speed. So it's really fucking fast.
Race car.
Exactly. More interesting facts, because I like to look at weird things about this. Sharks used to eat underwater cables.
You know what? I would too if people fucked up my environment.
I don't blame them.
You don't get internet. I'm a dinosaur. I was here first.
I was here first. I get to eat the cables. Yeah, so because it's electromagnetic, kind of gives off a signal. So the sharks were like, oh, that's food. And then they were like, I'm going to eat this.
Quit putting shit in the ocean, guys.
Yeah, dangerous. Well, if we didn't have shit in the ocean, we would not have a global internet.
Oh, that's fine.
Or communications whatsoever. Which, It's all thanks to World War and
Yeah.
terribleness.
Terribleness.
Okay, so the speed, absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest recorded fiber optic transmission hits at 319 terabits per second.
Holy crap.
Want to know how much that is?
That's a lot.
That's 7 million high definition movies downloaded in a second. So like, you remember that like BitTorrent and all that stuff where you had to wait? Well, maybe you don't because you weren't a part of that generation. You were just a
No.
baby. But there was a generation, a time where I had to wait hours upon days for a movie to download. And this thing has the ability to download 7 million high
Is
definition
such a big, like,
in a second.
that's crazy.
That's nuts. And I complain first world like when my internet goes down.
Ugh.
It's like, this is magic.
Internet goes out at work nearly every day.
Ew.
And we're on fucking fiber.
So the ironies. The irony is because the technology is not there on their end.
No.
Other cool things. Fiber optics are used in surgery.
How?
Doctors use the fiber optic cables to look inside the human body in a procedure called an endoscopy.
Oh, that's what they use.
Yeah. Interesting, eh? I've had that. I've done endoscopy 3 times.
Jesus. You had fiber optics in you.
I had fiber optics in my body. It's okay. No different than any other microplastics involved.
Yeah, we're breathing it in anyways.
It's fine. And then the internet also has a unique map of cables that you can check out.
Oh,
Yeah. That shows you all of the undersea fiber optic cables that exist.
jeez.
And it basically just shows you the internet in real time, like how it is actually physically, because like Wi-Fi is just a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a part of the internet, but it's not the internet. The internet is literally a web of cables that exists across the world. It's so weird.
I can't. I don't
Yeah.
wanna. I can't.
So the internet is actually cables tying servers
Yeah.
to other servers. And then we have things like routers and modems that produce a Wi-Fi signal that works within our little bubble of a house. But Wi-Fi doesn't exist without those connections
No.
to servers. So just science, magic.
Magic. Just magic.
That's all. I have so much information I could explode. So good. That's all though that I have for fiber optics.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed.
I did. My brain hurts.
Sorry, I still have one more, but
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna break the mystery of vinyl records.
Okay. I can talk about light bulbs.
I love light bulbs.
I didn't know how light bulbs worked.
You didn't?
No, I fucking nearly probably failed the electricity thing in science. Are you kidding me?
You gotta turn 34 and realize that everything's magic.
It is magic.
It's all magic,
I
especially light bulbs.
don't
Hit me.
have a fun thing like I did for Chem Obscura because I sucked at electricity. So let's jump in. Everyone credits Thomas Edison for the invention, but he wasn't the solo person on this.
Okay,
Of
did I not
course.
say this when we first started the podcast that the
Probably.
light bulb was a thing?
Probably.
Okay, great.
Starts in the 1800s when Alessandro Volta, that's how I'm going to pronounce it, developed the first practical way to produce electricity called the voltaic pile. Love it. This
Sick.
consisted of alternating discs of zinc and copper that were separated by layers of cardboard that had been soaked in salt water.
Mhm.
The pile then conducted electricity when a copper
Did you know that's
wire...
how batteries work today?
I'm getting there. Connected to either end of the pile, the glowing copper wire is considered a precursor to the modern day battery. Thank you, Erin.
Sorry. Sorry, my sister used to work for a battery company. She's given me we used to just take batteries apart and there's just more batteries inside of batteries inside
Yeah.
of batteries.
It's like a Russian doll.
Yeah.
But it was also one of the first instances of incandescent lighting. From here, a man named Davy, they never gave me his first name or if that's his last name, produced the world's first ever electrical lamp when he connected the voltaic pile to charcoal electrodes. This was 2 years later in 1802. It was known as an electrical arc lamp, and it produced a bright arc of light between two carbon rods. While the lamp was impressive, it was not practical, and it burned out quickly, and it was too bright to use inside.
And Davy promptly died from being electrocuted.
Though it said he had other inventions that led to the invention of the miner's safety lamp and street lighting in Paris and other European cities, which I thought was neat. Go Davy.
Go Davy.
Fast forward to 1840, a scientist, Warren de la Rue, developed and designed a light bulb using coiled platinum filament instead of copper. This wasn't successful commercially because platinum was expensive.
Yeah.
In 1848, William, I'm going to say State is how you pronounce it. There's an I in there. Improved the longevity of Davy's arc lamp by developing a mechanism that would regulate the lamp's carbon rods. But again, it's kind of costly to have batteries in that time to power the lamp.
I mean, batteries are still hella expensive.
Yeah. So expensive. 2 years later, in 1850, Joseph Swan tried his shot, and he developed a light bulb in 1860 that used carbonized filaments instead of platinum. He received a patent in the UK in 1878, and in 1879 he had a working lamp to show at a lecture in Newcastle, England. However, his earlier renditions of the light bulb worked. He placed the filaments in a vacuum tube. Didn't realize this, to minimize the oxygen exposure and extend their lifespan, but vacuum pumps weren't overly efficient back then, so his lamp wasn't the greatest for everyday use. It's a great theme. This is great. It doesn't work really well.
Can you imagine living in that time, though, that it's just like everybody's inventing and
no, they're like, so cool.
So, I mean, we still are living in a time like that, but it's not as special.
It's not as special.
It's not as revolutionary as going like, oh, we have to light candles every night to look at this thing that freaking lights up my freaking house. Like, that's insane.
So his lamp is not great for everyday use. This is where Thomas Edison comes in. He noticed the problems in design was the filament, and to fix it, he needed a thinner filament with a high electrical resistance that would allow the lamp to be practical because it would need little current to glow. His light bulb, which had platinum filament again in a glass vacuum bulb, debuted in 1879 in Menlo Park, New Jersey. Swan took the improvements and founded an electrical company back in England, and Edison tried to sue him, but he lost the patent war in the UK at least. Eventually, they teamed up and started one of the largest light bulb manufacturers in the world, and it didn't tell me the name, and I was like so excited that it was going to be like something I recognized. No, it's just called the Edison and Swan Electric Company. I thought it would have been a big name.
That's probably why they didn't tell you the name, because it would have just been like, yeah, they just named it after themselves.
Yeah. So Edison filed for his patent in 1879. He had several materials listed that could possibly use for filament. Cotton, linen, and wood were some of them. He spent the following year, testing over 6,000 plants to find the ultimate material for the filament.
Damn.
Him and his team discovered that carbonized bamboo would burn for more than 1,200 hours, and this ended up being used for his light bulbs until it was replaced by the longer lasting material in 1880s and early 1900s. In 1910, a man named William David Coolidge, who was a physicist with General Electric, improved the bulb even more by using tungsten filaments, which has the highest melting point of any chemical element. The more you know. Edison knew this, but they didn't have the machinery that was needed to produce the superfine wire when he came up with his original design. And today, tungsten is still the primary material that is used in incandescent bulb filaments. So, how does it work? I got this from a website for kids.
Yes. Break it down.
Because I tried to look it up, and then it was like atoms and this, and I was like, nope. So, essentially, it's a thing that takes electrical energy and converts it into light energy. And there was this cool little thing that I read, and it said, did you know the law of conservation of energy says that energy can neither be created nor destroyed? It simply changes form.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. It sounded cool.
That's why I believe when you die, you just become a part of the universe.
Exactly. I love that. A light bulb is made up of negative and positive terminals inside glass and a tungsten filament, which a filament is just a single thread or thin, flexible, like thread-like object. Connects these terminals together. When electricity goes through the terminals, it flows. The flow of electrons heats up the filament so much that it glows and gives off light. Ta-da! Light bulb. Light bulb. Light bulb. Ding! Do I use this every day? Yes. Probably more LEDs now, but
yeah, it's a
not
different process.
down
Did
here.
you explain how LEDs work?
Nope.
Wow. Guess that's on the next episode of
Yeah.
how it's made.
Listen, I was sitting at the kitchen table and my butt was going numb.
Fair. There,
But I learned
guess.
something. I didn't know how light bulbs worked
Okay.
because I'm stupid.
Okay. Is that it? Are you
That's
done?
all for light bulbs.
All right. I got so much on vinyl because
I'm so excited.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm giving you the whole breakdown though. This is deeper than the other ones.
That's
Do we have time?
Yeah.
You make up for the last one that was shorter than an hour.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. I'll fly through this, okay? When was it invented? And did it transition into something else? Well, vinyl records, as we know, introduced back in 1948 by Columbia Records, but they go further back than that.
Okay.
So before vinyl, people actually used shellac records, which were super brittle and easily breakable.
Okay.
Over time, vinyl started to replace shellac because it was more durable and could hold longer recordings. So more
I
songs.
just had a very,
Yes.
very blonde moment.
What?
Twice. That Columbia Records would make legit records. Also, because you just said that it used to be made out of something else. Vinyl, plastic, Jade.
Plastic,
That's
yeah.
why it's called vinyl.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. Since the rise of CDs in the 80s and digital streaming in 2000s, vinyl went from being the dominant music format to a niche, but now it's making the biggest comeback.
Yeah.
Okay, it's huge, and
expensive.
which is funny because in 2022, vinyl actually began to outsell CDs for the first time since 1987.
That's the thing though. Like all the cars since like 2014, 16 on, no CD players.
Nope.
No, but not everyone has a turntable, but they're like,
I want vinyl,
they just look so pretty.
like you.
Yeah, I have like 19.
Okay. Where was it invented and who invented it?
Yes, please.
The vinyl LP, which is long playing record. We've answered so many questions in the past 20 seconds. Was invented in New York by Peter Goldmark. He was an engineer at Columbia Records. Yes, they produced records. They also produced recordings. Get it?
Jesus Christ.
Recordings, which can come in so many different formats. Before that, Emil Berliner, who invented the original flat gramophone record in 1887, which was the step up from Thomas Edison's early wax cylinder recordings. Bum, bum, bum. Edison is back with some more inventions
Of course.
that also led to our daily music experiences today. Because without all this, we wouldn't think to have music
No.
as we do. But going back to Peter Goldmark, his innovation allowed up for 22 minutes per side.
Wow. How long is it now per side? Or does it say like that?
It's long.
Is it long?
Now, well, yeah, I think so. Because, think of all the songs that are on a vinyl record today. It's because the technology gets better.
To be fair, hold on. I'll have a comment at the end.
So this changed the way that albums were produced.
Mm-hmm.
And it also changed how artists began to make more music, because before they were doing more dedicated songs, like you would only have A side and B side, so you only have room for one song or two songs. That was it. Now we get into the age of, I can fit more music on this. I can make more songs.
True.
Boom. And then we get hours worth of music these days. So how long did it take to get the process just right? The journey, obviously, from the beginning of Edison's wax cylinders to vinyl took many decades.
Yeah.
Early records were fragile, scratchy, awful sound quality, terrible. They started to experiment with different materials, including shellac, aluminum, even glass.
Aluminum?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Which is not a good call because aluminum is very soft. So it scratches very easily. Imagine the quality was not so great.
No.
So they did this during World War II. I can imagine glass would even be weird because you'd still get all the scratching and etching. If it's not perfect glass, then it would just bounce, right? Then Goldmark introduced vinyl LPs, and Columbia, obviously, they're like, we're getting in on this, you know. They worked consistently on reducing noise, improving the grooves. Get it? It's groovy because the vinyl has grooves.
I got it.
Oh, yeah. So they improved the grooves, and they started to make the record spin at a consistent 33 1/3 RPM, which is revolutions per minute, for the absolute best sound. But it still wasn't perfect at first. Early vinyl records still had pops and hisses, which kind of still get that kind of retro vibe today. And not really, because if it's in there, it's purposeful. And different companies had to agree on how to standardize sizes and speeds, which is why we have 33 1/4, 45s, and 78 RPM records. So that dictates how many songs. Okay, so we want to know how it works. Buckle in. Vinyl is literal magic, but also it's just basic physics.
I never took physics.
Me neither.
So it's magic to me.
Couldn't do it. Okay, so what happens is the grooves hold the sound.
How?
A record surface is covered in tiny spiral grooves. They store sound as a physical indentation. So when I, say, when it gets the grooves on the record, it digs deeper because my sound waves are literally physically pushing. It's like when you're creating pottery.
Yeah.
If I go, you're pushing deeper because, the waves are making a wave. These grooves are microscopic, okay? They're tiny, 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 tiny. And they mimic the sound waves that I'm creating, which is insane. So the needle reads the groove.
How?
Okay. So the stylus or the needle drags itself across the groove, going up and down into the dips, and it bumps up and down these ridges. The vibrations then become electricity.
Shut up.
Okay. The needle is attached to a cartridge that turns the physical vibrations that's happening into tiny electrical signals. So then it comes back again. Switch on off. Switch on off.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
And then we get to the speakers portion, which it gets amplified. And the tiny electrical signals get boosted by an amplifier. It's the same signals that you get when you're playing a guitar. Mm-hmm. Okay. They get sent to the speakers, and then it becomes the sound that we hear. Absolutely magic. So good. Okay? So good. Awesome. All without Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or a single digital thing.
Yeah.
It is sorcery.
It's crazy.
And we love it. And what else did I have? I have so much stuff. It's so cool. So today, a lot of vinyl records are made by pressing soft plastic material, usually a polyvinyl chloride, PVC, as we know it, with a metal stamper that has all these tiny grooves. The process begins with a lacquered master, which is etched with sound waves using a lathe. You know what a lathe is?
Yes.
It's
just the thing.
Yeah. Insane, eh? The master is turned into a metal negative called a stamper through electroplating. And then the stamper is then pressed into hot PVC, which hardens into a playable record. So you have to think, and everybody's almost seen it now, that they just take this big clump of plastic, maybe with other little chippies of plastic to make it look cool.
And the paper bit.
And the paper bit. and you just sandwich it together, and it gets pressed between two molds, and then we get music.
I can't.
Okay, so for the grade school explanation, imagine you push your hand into wet cement. It leaves a shape, right? That's kind of what happens with vinyl records. A master copy of the music gets squished into a hot plastic pancake, making tiny bumps and dips. Grooves. Okay?
Hot plastic pancake.
I love it. These grooves are what the needle on a record player reads to make the music. Okay? So, a record is like a bumpy road, and the needle on the record player is a tiny car driving over it. Okay? Okay, got it? When the car hits a bump, it jiggles.
It jiggles.
And that jiggle turns into music. And then the speakers take those little jiggles and they make them so loud that you can hear them.
Imagine if every time you hit a pothole, your car produced music.
That would be hilarious. It'd be like, oh no.
It'd be so musical in this town.
Oh no. It just says, oh no.
Oh God, it would never shut up.
Oh no, pothole. So some last little, tidbits. Like I said, the first vinyl wasn't really vinyl. It was made out of shellac, which, if you didn't know, is a brittle resin made from bugs.
Huh.
This was the late 1800s.
That explains the bugs.
Yes. Vinyl became the standard in the 1940s. NASA, this is where we come back to the moment where you were like, hey, what if they know English somewhere? Because they're so advanced. No, what if we thought ahead? What if NASA sent a golden record into space? And they did. They did.
They just sent a record into space?
Actually, the Voyager spacecraft carries a gold-plated record with sounds of Earth in case aliens find it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're thinking ahead.
Because the aliens are going to know what to do with the turntable.
They might work it out. It's basic physics.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. So it's just chilling up there?
It's just chilling up there on Voyager. I don't know where Voyager is.
I have no idea.
I'm not that smart. I'm only here to explain basic physics to you. I've got 3 more things.
Yeah.
Records can store video. Yeah, take that one.
What?
Some records, like RCA's video discs of the 1980s, had actual video data etched into them, though this never took off commercially.
How would you view?
No clue. Probably a different way of processing the bumps, right? Because it all comes back to electrical signals of on, off, on, off. If you can get that on-off switch, you can actually produce an image. It's
electricity
so wild.
is weird.
The world's largest record collection is owned by Paul Mawhinney, and he owns over 3 million records.
Bro.
Yeah.
Where do you keep them?
2 houses, probably. I don't know. They're worth over $50 million.
No shit.
USD. Insane. And then this one's just kind of cool, and I want one. Liquid-filled vinyl exists, and I want one. Yeah, some records contain liquid inside that sloshes around while it spins. It's just cool. I love it.
Saltburn had one.
I want it. I don't even know who that is.
No, like the movie Saltburn.
Oh.
It's a drain for the bathtub scene with like milky liquid.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Cool. I've
though.
seen another fluid-filled one. I can't remember who it was.
I haven't seen a vinyl, but I know Spirit Box just came out with like the vinyl cover is liquid. It's really sick.
Like you can poke it?
Yeah, and it's liquid. It's a case of liquid.
Oh.
Oh, just Charlie, where's my leg? Ow.
Interesting.
It's okay. Yes.
I learned so much.
Yeah, because vinyl. Now we know how it works, though.
I still don't know how it works, but yes.
So much magic.
I cannot wait until I have somewhere to play my vinyls, and I'm just going to be the most annoying neighbor ever.
We're gonna have a listening party, right?
Yes.
because maybe, just saying, maybe I'll have moved out by the time Sleep Tokens.
Hey.
Or maybe we could just do that in my new space whenever I get there. Believe in me.
Yes.
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 Yeah. We could have just a listening part. We obviously will listen to it before then because it's going to come out digitally before
I don't know if I want to.
I'm going to probably, I can't help it. I got to know. But
I
that's
don't
the
know
weirdest
what I
thing
wanna
for
do.
me because I don't usually listen to a discography. Like I still have Bring Me the Horizon music that I have not listened to because I like the band so much that it's like spoilers, you know? So it's like I'm prepping myself for the next album that comes out, but I don't want to listen to all of the music that already exists. It's hard because I've already listened to all of the Sleep Token and now I'm like, what do I do?
Part of me wants to listen to it on vinyl for the first time.
It would be pretty sick. Well, maybe we'll just have to do that. I have a record player.
I know.
Yeah. So we could do that.
That would be so fun. I forget what my comment was going to be about vinyl. I don't remember, so it wasn't important.
It's okay. Do you want me to end this?
I need your give back first.
Oh, my give back. I forgot about that.
I know, you didn't write one down.
That's okay. I have so much.
Mine is Hunter by Paris Paloma.
What did I pick last time?
I don't remember.
I don't know either.
A song.
It was a song.
Oh, that I need to put on the playlist right now, actually.
Let me see. I have it up.
I can't even get into the iPad. It's okay.
Oh, I picked Jutes. Yes.
Oh, yes. You picked Smut.
That was a good song. It is a good song. I'm going to pick Speed by the Rex.
Heck yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, I'm so excited for all our concerts.
I love the lyrics to that song.
It's so good.
I'm not quite sure. Was it? I'm going to put it on, but then I'll pause it. I just want to read the one lyric. It says, "Sometimes I wonder if my meds are taking me because my heart is palpitating irregularly."
My meds are taking me.
And I'm like, that, I feel that in my soul. And then he's like, "I'm still depressed, but now I'm depressed on speed." And I'm like, I also feel that in my soul. But it's such a
fun, like, joyful little
it's
tune.
Good.
I love it. Okay, Erin, close us out.
Closing us out. Are you ready for this?
1.5 hours.
It's fine. It's only 10:15. It's cool.
Oh, girly, I'll be up until midnight.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
worried about it.
All right, folks. That is a wrap on today's episode where we learned that fax machines are somehow older than phones and vinyl records are just fancy plastic grooves that magically make sound, and fiber optics are basically real life light speed sorcery.
Yes.
Insane. Yes. Don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Just listen all the time.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Because let's be honest, where else are you going to get this level of unnecessary
information?
Absolutely essential knowledge just from your two best pals here, Erin and Jade.
Also sell you a t-shirt.
Yeah, we can sell you a t-shirt. Buy a t-shirt, $30. We could offer you a good deal on that t-shirt if you just want to. We should start a coffee or buy me a coffee. Yeah. If you just want to sweeten the deal so we can pay for some Instagram ads, it'd be great.
How about we pay for our fucking podcast equipment?
Yeah, we're going to pay for our podcast equipment, level ourselves up a little bit. I thought we've already paid for this in hours and hours of joy and conversation.
I don't really care for the price of it.
It's fine. It's all good. What did I say? Don't forget to do all that stuff. Yep. You can send us an email if you want at unapologeticintroverts@gmail.com. We are around for it. We'll listen to you. We want to know, how do you think things work?
Did you know that any of the stuff that we talked about?
I've learned so much in the past hour.
Are you smart?
Are you a genius? We want to hear from you. If you're a genius, you're probably not listening.
Probably not.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sure there's more interesting things.
We got a select few here.
Anyways, check out our Spotify playlist for all of our givebacks.
Updating it right now.
Jade's got it. She's way better at updating shit than I am. Don't look at our website. Maybe look at our website, but don't look at our website.
Don't go into too much detail.
Yeah, don't look too hard. It's probably still on episode 20 something. No, I think I made it to episode 40 at least. Probably not.
So.
Link is in our bio. Obviously, link's always in a bio. Like, where else do we put it these days? It's 2025.
Up your bum.
No, we don't hide things up there because that paramedic guy on TikTok goes, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't think about it. And shakes his head in shame or whatever.
I think it's shame.
Shame, not him. Shakes his head out of secondhand shame for you.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week with more weird facts, unhinged tangents.
Probably more books.
Yeah, books for sure.
And a new Sleep Token song.
And it's going to happen.
Hopefully.
Maybe Jade trying to convince us that some niche thing is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I do the same thing. That's all. I guess wherever you are, whenever you are, have a good time and stay unapologetically you. Mm-hmm. We're here for it. We'll see you next time. And goodbye.
Goodbye.